Alright, guys. The Tough 24 finale just ended. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Alright. In the main event, Mighty Mouse beat Tim Elliott. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Mighty Mouse fan, but there was a part of me that wanted him to lose tonight. After what I heard Joe Rogan say about him being the greatest of all time and the most dominant and all that, I thought Joe might have jinxed Mighty Mouse. And I was kind of hoping he did. Just so it could be pushed in his face and shoved down his throat, you know. Stop making these big ass premature statements about people being the greatest of all time and most dominant and stuff. You know, when the man hadn't beaten Anderson's records yet. Now, when he beats the title defense record, when he beats his consecutive win record, then okay, then I'll hear that he's the greatest of all time. But until that happens, I don't want to hear it. And it almost got messed up tonight. He was in a bad way on the ground. I mean, Tim Elliott had him in two good submissions. And he managed to hang in there and not quit and get out of it. He also got tagged and hurt bad, but a left in the first round. Okay. Tim Elliott, this guy, he had a real chance in this fight. He really did. But I gotta be honest. It was times when I looked at the guy and I said, man, does this guy have some substance abuse problems? The way he was acting in there, the way he was fighting, his playful antics. At the beginning of the fourth round, when I saw him playing around in the beginning of the round, right then I tuned out. The fight was over. I knew the fight was over. I started looking at other stuff on my tablet. I wasn't even really paying attention to the fight that close no more. Because how you going to get in there and play around with the number one pound for pound male fighter? Like, how? Like, if you win in the fight, okay. But you won the first round, but clearly you didn't win the second and the third. So why are you playing around in the fourth? Okay. The guy had a huge size advantage. Like, almost Dominic Cruz size advantage on Mighty Mouse. If anything, it's apparent that the size of Cruz, and of course his ability, but the size helped him beat Mighty Mouse. Tim Elliott's only 1 inch shorter than Dominic Cruz. Why was he constantly backing up in the fight? How is it that he was constantly being taken down by the smaller guy? I mean, what was he thinking? What was he doing? He clearly had the strength advantage. He had the size advantage. He hurt Mighty Mouse with a left hand. Why he wasn't advancing forward? Why he wasn't putting the pressure on? Why he wasn't throwing heavy shots to hurt him and knock him down or knock him out? Why? He constantly on the back foot, circling around. And then getting taken down over and over and over again. I mean, like, not even trying, his own corner man telling, like, you know, you trying to stop it. Like, come on. You know. I mean, his name is not Tim Elliott, it's Tim Idiot. Tim Idiot. That's the name. I mean, I don't understand what he was doing. He had a legit chance in this fight, and he blew it. He blew it. Now let me go to the co-main event. I gotta tell you. What? The two judges that scored it for Benavidez, what fight were they watching? I mean, tell me. I don't. I mean, the fight I saw, I had Cejudo winning all 3 rounds. Of course, he got the point taken away in the first for 2 inadvertent low blows. I thought those could have been 2 warnings, but okay, he still won the fight. 3 rounds to none. I mean, 29-27 Cejudo all the way. 30-26 for Benavidez. What? 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 I didn't see Joseph Benavidez win 1 round. I was talking about the fight with some friends on Facebook. I gotta be honest. I said, damn. Megan O'Leary, she must have gave the judges some head. I mean, to get Benavidez those kind of scores, a win in that fight. Now, if you look at the stats of the fight, after the fight, I looked at the stats. I went to Fight Pass. I pulled up the live stats. I was shocked. The stats actually had Benavidez outlanding Cejudo. What was that person watching? I didn't see that. I saw Cejudo in the center of the cage advancing the whole fight. I saw Cejudo destroy Benavidez's body. I mean, pretty much from the first round on, Benavidez is from the bottom of his chest down was pink. Cejudo had kicked his body, until it was just pink. In the third round, Benavidez was gassed. You could tell he was gassed. The way he was breathing out of his mouth. No way. Cejudo busted him up first. Cejudo, like I said, was the aggressor. He got a takedown. Didn't look tired at all, not to me. I thought the guy outlanded him. I thought he won this fight. Clearly. 3 rounds to nothing. I don't know what the judges saw. I don't know what the stats keeper saw. Do they not count body shots? Now, there were a lot of times when they had exchanges, and it was pretty much give and take. You know, I throw 2, land 2, you throw 2, land 2. I throw, I miss, you throw, you miss. It was like they were that close at times. But at other times, I saw Cejudo being dominant in that fight. He won that fight, and he got screwed out of a decision. All right. Masvidal, Ellenberger. Okay, Masvidal was looking like the superior fighter, but how does a guy lose by TKO because his foot got caught in the cage? First time I ever seen it. Must be one of the first times it ever happened, because even Herb Dean didn't know what to do. He had to go ask the commission what to do. He called a timeout. You know, that fight should have continued. I don't know why Herb Dean, she shouldn't even went to the commission. He the boss, he in control. He should have just said timeout, get the man out of the cage, get his foot out of the cage, and he could have either had Ellenberger stay on the ground and Masvidal have a dominant position, or he could have stood them both up. Really, he could have stood them up, because Ellenberger did some weird, I don't know what he was doing. He did some kind of weird jump, and and ended up missing and just landed on his butt, and his foot got stuck in the cage. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But the guy shouldn't have lost by TKO. That should not be a TKO loss on his record. That's got to be fixed. If I'm him, I'm appealing that. I'm going for a no contest. And they definitely do a rule change to fix that, because that's not right. Okay, this Jared Cannonier and Ion Cutelaba, whatever his name is, the guy who painted himself like the Incredible Hulk at the weigh-in, looking like a creep and a freak. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted Cutelaba, whatever his name is, I wanted him to lose that fight. He just seemed just too arrogant, just too, I don't know, just too much of a prick to me. And I wanted him to lose. I wanted him to get knocked out. But he was tough. He can take a punch. Cannonier, he tough too. He was taking them shots. That was a hell of a fight. Good fight. Cannonier, I say, got unanimous decision, but I mean, it was a good fight. Either way, I'm not making a big stink about who won or lost that fight, because both of them fought their asses off. Finally, Sarah McMahon and Alexis Davis. I was gonna do a pre-fight video on this fight. This was a fight, I didn't bet it, but I was tempted to bet it and I wanted to bet it. Sarah McMahon was the favorite. Almost 2-1, but a little less. And the odds kept falling as the fight got closer. I thought this was do or die for Sarah McMahon. I thought that if she didn't win this fight, she should retire. That's what I thought. You are an Olympic silver medalist. You are a superior athlete, the stronger athlete. In my opinion, the better striker. And you fighting a woman who has been out almost 2 years, who had a baby, and she's just coming back. Like, if you can't win this fight, and plus, I'm sorry, I don't think Alexis Davis is that good. I've never been high on Alexis Davis. I don't think she's that good. This Sarah McMahon had to win this fight. She had to win with the disappointment she had against Rousey, which that fight was stopped too soon. Misha Tate, she let her off the hook after having her hurt after busting her orbital bone. She let her come back. She lost that fight, and then of course she threw a lazy leg kick, spun around, and thought Amanda Nunes was gonna be a sport about it, and just punched her in the face and then choked her out. So she had 3 disappointments. She needed to win this fight, and she did. I thought in the first round, I was like, boy, she's about to screw up. She was looking good. She was landing some good shots. She got the takedown, but then it's like, damn, well, Alexis Davis is good off her back. She's a black belt. But she survived. Alexis Davis was working. I was like, oh, man, McMahon, we could call for some shit. But she survived. Took her to the second round, and then she got the arm triangle. And, hey, she pulled it out. So I tip my cap off to Sarah McMahon. I think next for her will either be Liz Carmouche or who else was in the top? Not Juliana Pena. I had it pulled up. See if I can pull it up real quick. But yeah, she's in the winners bracket, so she'll either fight Juliana Pena or, let's see, Rocky Pennington, because she just fought. So expect Sarah McMahon to either fight Rocky Pennington or Liz Carmouche next. Alright. So those were the only fights that I'm interested in, and those were the only fights that I watched. It was nice for a Fox show with nothing else on tonight, that's for sure. No boxing. And I doubt I'll get that pay-per-view next weekend without DC and Rumble. That's just it's a shit show to me. I mean, I got Holloway beating Pettis. I got Cowboy beating Brown. So, I mean, why even spend the $60? So that's it. Let me know what you guys thought about the Tough 24 finale. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace.